Carlos wanted us to feel like he was this and that and that and this. SoGucci posted this. We already know that who quit, child? Or Ikesha. Ikesha already quit. Okay. Ikesha already quit. Her husband quit and whatnot. Now, first, I want to get into this. Hold on.
I saw you, baby.
Because Willy, who is Ikesha's husband, and JJ, who is SoGucci, said, thank you. For the cash app. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. JJ and Willy had went on a podcast talking together. When I watched them talking, I said, I feel like SoGucci and JJ might quit too, but they went and talked after the live where they quit on purpose. So I want to get into this first because it also showed JJ backing up what Ikesha and Willy said about how it was more Cliff and them who fucked up the thing.
Yeah, and it was to talk about the final episode of this season's Belle Collective, which...
Have you all liked the video? I need you guys to like the video, please, and thank you.
Was a brawl that pretty much broke out at Cliff and Latrice's fine establishment, if you will.
I want someone to post the fight. Like, I need someone to leak the fight, like who was fighting, what happened, who threw what punch. Can someone leak that footage?
I saw you, Big Willy.
Yeah, and it was to talk about the final episode of this season's Belle Collective, which was a brawl that pretty much broke out at Cliff and Latrice's fine establishment, if you will. JJ, you were there. I was there. I want to first, before I lay it out, I want to ask your thoughts on the final episode and how you felt about it, how you feel about it.
Big Willy, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like I said up on the show. I mean, if I invite you to my house, then I want to.
Yeah, that's SoGucci husband JJ. If y'all don't know, that's JJ with his pigtail, child, and his beads on the end. That's JJ.
Show the best hospitality that I can. I'm not gonna go down and invite somebody that's gonna basically, I feel like got down and can ruin my special day. I'm gonna invite the people that I'm close to, and I'm gonna try to show them the best hospitality it is, so everybody got down and can kind of be on the same page and have a great time. If I'm gonna do something, say something, it definitely ain't gonna be at my event. We can do some more stuff and whatever I got on my chest somewhere else, but not at an event where you got a grand opening, you're inviting people goddamn to come, you got your goddamn birthday party going on at the same time, and when you think about all that, you be like, just like what I did when I did SoGucci party. I mean, you saw all the bells and everything. They was at each other every time you look at. But when I got there and bought the stripper to the goddamn party, all of them got along. Latrice was hitting goddamn Marie on the ass. Everybody got down. Even Letitia was like, JJ, thank you. I mean, if bells ever came together, you knew what to do, goddamn, to bring us together. And everybody had a great time and enjoyed themselves. And all that other bullshit went out the way.
So him, child, not who. That's so stupid. That's it. No, that's his. He has a gap in between the thing right there. That is JJ. So JJ is Gucci's husband. He's also Selena's ex-husband. Selena, if y'all watch, bring it DD4L. Selena and Sunjai, Star and Sky. That's they daddy. And then Willy is Ikesha's husband.
But this is what that should have been about. And it's like they came in there to set something up, got done it to cause chaos when it shouldn't even been done like that. You say that for another time. And
so we kept hearing Latrice and Letitia say, "Oh, Willy and Ikesha came to fight, blah blah blah." So JJ saying, "Nah, it felt like they set it all up to come to y'all with the bullshit, and a fight happened.
I thought it was very disrespectful to invite people that you really probably didn't want there in the first place, and then turn around, got done it, and start throwing shade as if you all are in the right. That's some bullshit. And like I told you, you can't got down and sit here and got down and play camera gangster, got done, and then all of a sudden then it get real, and then it's out of control, and that's exactly got done what happened.
Yeah.
And my thing is, it shouldn't have been done. I thought it was full of disrespect. That's not the way a person invite people got done to the event so they could got done and entertain and have a great time. And it was their fault. They shouldn't have never got done and brought it on because we came in there in peace and got done. We didn't really have a good time. Matter of fact, we complimented them. We got done and told them how nice the establishment was, how good the got done and food and everything basically was, and how everything was looking. And it's like they got amongst themselves, and it's just like you say, when they get around each other, then they start acting totally different.
Now, JJ used to be hanging out with Cliff and Glenn on Time Child and stuff. So is it not weird, but him trying to say it was them, they was acting extra, a fight happened, got dirty.
And that's what caused it. The people got dirty that was looking at it, saw it, and I think what they was trying to portray, it backfired on. That's my honest opinion.
Right. So a couple things. One, the final episode, so let me just pivot a little bit. So last night, Monday, we're shooting this on a Tuesday. Monday, I had opportunity to once again.
They shot this last week Tuesday. Okay. Last week Monday is when Akeisha quit. So this is the day after Akeisha quit live on Carlos King's thing. He said got dirty all the time.
And jump on Carlos's King live stream, which he does every Monday night, and it was about the final episode. And he did a great job of allowing me to have his platform to explain what happened and how did it arrive to what we were able to see between the cussing and the fighting and all the other nonsense. And for everybody out there, you can, I'm pretty sure the episode up or it will be up. You can find it on Carlos's episode, this past episode of how I felt about it. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to dive too much into that because I'm quite frankly over talking about. I'm tired of talking about it. But I think there's a couple things that need to be said. One, when Akeisha and I started or was invited to be a part of the Belle Collective, we knew we was going to have some obstacles because we don't live in Jackson, Mississippi. Keisha is from Jackson, Mississippi.
The fact that he's like, we don't even live there. Like we don't even live there. So I think it's kind of crazy how Carlos is adding people to the show who don't even live there. They're maybe from there. They can come back and visit there. But I'm like, is it not more people in Jackson that they can film? Why bring somebody in who don't even live there? I'm just asking the question. So even him, and I was like, we don't even live there. So that was one obstacle.
Honestly, from the Bronx, New York. Being a part of the show, I didn't know what to expect. However, I did know anytime you're a part of reality TV, you got to be prepared for what reality TV brings into your life, meaning the messiness, the drama, and also some sense of discourse. We were prepared for that. Moving forward, as we went through these seasons, and you have to now reassess every season and what that means to you in your personal life, right? Like, I think we went into it with goals. It was an opportunity for us to put ourselves on a national platform, explain to the world what we're trying to do.
Because again, I will tell y'all, going on these shows, child, this liquor. There's something about the liquor. Anyway, when you put people on a TV show, it does give you it puts you out into the masses. So I do feel like they were smart enough to go on the show knowing it can get us some more attention to our girls, our causes, our bitches or whatever, all of that.
Give Akeisha a chance to be the face of the revitalization of Fair Street in Jackson. It gave me another avenue to show my personality and what I could bring to TV, alongside collectively Keisha and I to show what a positive Black family looks like on TV. Those were the goals, and show how we can do that together as a family, on top of having fun and be a part of reality TV. When I was able to, the first season, as I kind of integrated myself into you guys, meaning Cliff, Glenn, and you, I did have some type of, I guess, natural, like, man, what is this? Where am I at? Because I've always been,
They got me drinking, child. I've been sipping for over an hour and a half. So it's y'all fault for saying, yeah, Jaylee, add some liquor to your little drink, Jaylee. And I said, no. And now here he is 2 hours later.
On a football field or on a studio desk talking sports. This was a new world for me. I must say, there was this perception that I thought I was holier than thou. And anybody I've ever been around, no, that's nowhere near me. Like, that's not even in my DNA to think I'm better than somebody. Now, there's some things I'm with, and there's some things I'm not with. I think that's natural for anybody. As the seasons continue to push along, there was also this extra added, push to make it seem like I was being judgy. Now, and I explained this on Carlos's live, I never went digging for anything, right? Anything I ever said on air was something that was already kind of showed to the audience and me. I never checked out nobody's bank account. I never checked out where nobody lived. I never cared about anybody's past background. I didn't do any research on the guys. So it was me pretty much taking what everybody else saw and using that to have any back and forth that we may have had on TV. Push along. I also realized that, as I mentioned, when you go into reality TV, you have to have goals, right? And when your goals and your brand aren't in line with what you're doing, you have to reassess about is it worth it or not, for you and your family. So we move along. As we push through this past season, I realized that this show, Valid, it did kind of give us a new audience. It did put us in a new light. We weren't in line with the family goals. We weren't in line with our goals, and we weren't in line with what I felt God is calling us to do. One of the things that's troubling about being a part of reality TV is sometimes you don't control your narrative.
And that's
Carlos, keep it messy king. That's why he in the middle. Okay. Carlos, keep it messy king is the one that control all the stuff. Okay. Carlos, keep it messy king be wanting folk around there beefing and fussing and arguing. So if you want to come on this show and you want to be positive and stuff, it ain't gonna happen. Why? Because Carlos' ass is gonna pick the messiest stuff. Carlos and his cronies is gonna make it be different.
You're right, because there's a lot on there that doesn't get showed and said that we actually say and do.
Correct. And so it gets cut for the sake of entertainment and to build storylines. But there's so much that happens. There's so much that gets left on the edit room floor when you finally see the final product. You're like, man, the reason I did this is because this happened, right? Or the reason this was said because this happened, and the audience only gets to see this part of it. So you can either be made the villain or the hero, or you could just be seen out of pocket, and it kind of builds. Fine, that's TV. I'm with that. What was most troubling about the final episode, and I stated this on Carlos's thing, I take full accountability for what happened. I was most disturbed about myself through it all because I'm a leader of a house now, right? I'm a leader of a community. I represent brands that are bigger than me, and I understand that I hold a huge responsibility. Just like you, Jay, you have your own business. People know you in Jackson. They look at you in a certain light.
Yeah. Now I had asked, what does JJ do? Somebody put in my comment section and said JJ, I guess, owns a stucco company and like he has a business there in Jackson. But I feel like I ain't never heard that, or if I have, I ain't paid much attention to it because he always running fooling with them goddamn pigtails, get on our nerves, and God darn it.
Yes.
And watching myself, Jay, curse, fight, just pretty much get outside myself.
Yeah, you got your element.
Yeah, I was letting some folks down, and most important, I was letting myself down. And watching myself on Friday, I was like, that's not you, Willy, right? Because I'm from the Bronx. I grew up fighting. I was always a chunky kid. I was a chunky athletic kid in the projects. So I was always getting picked on. My mother had disability. She had lupus. She had a massive stroke and had one leg, use of one leg, right? And so I was always teased. I grew up in the locker room, right? So I'm used to that type of banter between men and whatever.
But you also got energy to feel when it's going sideways.
Yes, with all that too. So watching
and that also to me means everybody noticed the shit going sideways between Willy and Glenn and Cliff, and no one stopped it.
Myself, I was like, I don't like that. I don't like me. I was embarrassed by it. And then I also had this other epiphany, which I stated on Carlos's thing, which was, I'm okay with getting in scraps by myself. But when I'm in a scrap with my wife and my niece and my sister, and I'm fighting two dudes, if you think about the situation, I was the only male from my side of the family by myself. I didn't have a brother. I didn't have an uncle. I didn't have anybody. It was just me. But I have 3 women, and bless my niece's heart, who's a goddamn soldier.
Yes.
And bless my goddamn my aunt, who my sister-in-law, who's a warrior.
Yeah.
And you know, Akeisha's a goddamn lioness.
Oh yeah.
They stood by me because they recognize like these niggas jump on Willy. It's just 5. It's Cliff guys and Glenn's guys against one man. As big as I am, they felt like nah, it ain't going down like that. I wasn't worried because listen, I bounce for a living, so I've had niggas jump on me before, so I know how to get out of that.
Oh yeah.
But to fast forward, man. The narratives of that we came there with 15 people to unalive people, which is so dumb. For everybody that supports us and continue to support us, me and my wife did not orchestrate a goddamn cartel.
And it definitely wasn't y'all event.
Right, to come mess up Cliff and Latrice's event. We also didn't come there to do anything other than to attend the event and go home. What do we get out of messing up an event that has nothing to do
with
with
to be honest with you, Big Willie, before you go any farther, I remember the goddamn recording. I don't know who got it, but your niece, the Keisha family, they was on the floor dancing, having a great goddamn time.
I wish we could find
it doing that. I mean, they was having a ball.
I wish I could find that
stuff
footage.
Did not start until Cliff and goddamn Glenn started that stuff because they was out celebrating, drinking, and dancing. Matter of fact, dancing with them too, having a great time.
And what's crazy is Carlos in production, they didn't show anyone having a good time. It kind of went from them at that the hair store. They walk over to the bar thing, and then the bullshit started. I feel like if there was a point in time that they were all having a good time, why not show that? Why? Because that's not entertaining. Let's show how it went from one venue to the other venue and then a fight. Let's make it seem like Willy and Arkeisha was never there having a good time. Let's not show Arkeisha partying with the girls and vice versa. Let's not show the same niece and sister-in-law who's around there having a good time. Why? Because Carlos Messy King wants to tell a messy story. Okay, it's easier to put forth a picture of, oh yeah, they went over there and then a fight broke out, and had some of the, had we not had, this conversation, had we not seen other folks say, man, there was other shit that happened.
So I wish we had footage of that because I wish they would show footage because prior to the melee, if you will, my wife, Akeisha, her niece, Latrice, her people, they're all getting down on the dance floor, shaking their asses, having a good time, laughing. It was more fun than ugly. It only got ugly to what you just mentioned. Push along. My wife, and I'm allow Britt, our producer, to show you the clip last night at the end of Carlos's live stream. My wife and me in agreement decided to say this.
I just wanted to step in. I am excited that Belle Collective has been picked up for another season. I got my pickup letter.
I know that's right.
We were excited about that, and we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that. The colognes are done. Platform, but unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that. The colognes are done. So thank y'all and Merry Christmas. And our attorney has sent a letter to the attorneys of Kingdom Reign. So just wanted to let y'all know because I didn't want Carlos to find out any other way.
Well, listen, thank you so much for everything you brought to the show. You have it.
And we want to congratulate Carlos, and we want to congratulate the show. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of the platform. But unfortunately, we will not be returned. So just wanted to say that. The colognes are done. So thank y'all and Merry Christmas. And our attorney has sent a letter to the attorneys of Kingdom Reign. So just wanted to let y'all know because I didn't want Carlos to find
he was mad
out any other way.
Well, listen, thank you so much for everything you brought to the show. You have a friend in me, a family in me as well. And anything you guys need, let me know. And as you know, anytime you want to return, the door will always be open for you.
Thanks.
Child, after saying all of that, he's mad. Now look, I to play devil's advocate, I get it. No one wants someone to blindside them on camera, on a live, in front of the people. No one wants that. However, I feel like, Carlos, you do that to them every season when they film the show, and y'all cut out certain shit to tell y'all story, and then they're surprised that, oh wait, but you didn't show the fun we had. Oh wait, you didn't show us joking and getting along. So I feel like, Carlos always saying, I love it when my cast or whoever, tell me stuff off camera where I'm not kind of blind. Like you blindside them every season on these shows when you edit things a certain way.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Merry Christmas to everybody, and thank you.
Much
love to your beautiful family.
You guys, yeah.
Yes.
It was something that we talked about. It was something
Because I didn't even know.
Right. It was something that we talked about. It was something that we felt that was necessary, and we felt like we were distracted and we were off course as a family. I'm very adamant, my wife, and I will continue to support my wife in everything she does, but this woman believes in Jackson, Mississippi. This woman spends time fighting and talking to people who can make moves and change Jackson, and she wants to be a part of it, and she wants to spearhead it. We can't continue to talk to law enforcement. We can't continue to walk in the state, to talk to senators and politicians and community leaders and talk about bringing Jackson back on his feet if we're on TV fighting and representing the negative side of Jackson. Belle Collective was supposed to be about Black couples with businesses bringing the best to Jackson. And
it was just like Love and Marriage Huntsville. Both of these shows was created and was supposed to be about successful Black excellence in these different states and cities that maybe does not get that, because no one knew nothing about Huntsville, Alabama, and you don't hear much about Jackson, Mississippi. So Willy's saying it was supposed to be about this, and now we are 5 seasons in, and that ain't what it is. And because we have real shit to lose, we have real deals to lose, we can't keep being a part of it just to say we're a part of the show, because the show isn't positive. And I'm not saying that you won't have a bit of messy ass shit going on around there. Yes, it's gonna get a bit messy. They gonna argue and fuss. But if the real story isn't being told, if it's really the show, the mess of it all, why would I want to come back?
we felt like after everything we endured, after everything that has occurred, we were off that. And we didn't like the image we were portraying. I didn't like how we were moving as a family. And I told my wife after that incident that happened, I said, babe, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. This isn't who we are. This is not what we signed up for. We are better than this individually and collectively. And I watched this woman bring Ferris Street Festival to Jackson 2 years back to back. Yes. I watched this woman lose sleep. I watched this woman go into our own bank account to bring Jackson on his feet, to show Jackson that there is hope. That, I watched this woman. So when I see this woman fight and scrap and get on the phone and bring people and entertainers and people who are elite at their craft and in their business to Jackson to bring life into a community that needs it, that desperately needs it. People think about Jackson as a dying city, and my wife is fighting tooth and nail to bring and change the perception of Jackson because
doing a damn good job.
Right, her family has been on Ferris Street for over 100 years. Her family has been a part of the thread of Jackson for so long. That woman is ultra passionate about Jackson.
And the crazy part is when season 1 started and they had Letitia who wanted to rebuild Ferris Street, and I feel like she hasn't brought that up since season 1. It's all about them fucking brunches that don't do shit. And when Akeisha came on season 2, and from season 2 to season 5, she has shown us how she has implemented stuff that do go on Ferris Street. I'm like, Akeisha came on and did what she came on there to do. The other ones ain't did that shit. And him said, like, my wife, again, they don't live in Jackson. She just has property there, and you know what I'm saying, and she's from there. And you have the other ladies who live there, and they're bickering every year, every season, a bunch of bull stuff.
And what we exude and what we trying to do don't match. And you have to stand and believe in something. And if you believe in something, how you walk and how you talk all have to match. It all has to be in a line. And we have to allow God to work. And for God to work, we have to have faith in him. And we got to do the work on ourselves to make sure we're aligning what we're trying to do with him. And
I feel like I'm caught between I want folks to stop watching Carlos's stuff versus I just want Carlos to start producing more positive stuff. So I'm caught in the middle of that. Even how OWN and his content, when OWN first came out, they were not about this shit. I feel like once OWN realized how much it costs to have a network and have these shows, and they weren't in that many households, and the money didn't make any sense. And so that's why they got rid of so many of their scripted shows, because it was cheaper to have these reality shows, because you're not having to pay people that much money. And because I also feel like Oprah is kind of far removed from the OWN network and the day-to-day shit, I think that's why it's messy over there. And to me, Carlos shows are the messiest.
We were out of alignment. And that is as clear cut as I can say it. I don't have any negative words for Cliff and Glenn, because at the end of the day, it's not about them. Seriously. It's about my wife, our family, and what we're trying to do and the legacy we're trying to build. I told you, Jay, this on camera and off the camera, on the phone, off the phone. You and Gucci are the best thing that happened to Akeisha and I.
I'm gonna say
on
the
that
same
show.
thing. Vice
Straight
versa,
up.
Willy.
Right.
Vice
So
versa.
I'm not trying to be mushy about it. I believe that through and through. So what's next for the Colones? What's next is for us is to continue to serve and fight to be a pillar in Jackson, not only in Jackson, but here in New York and the Bronx, for us to promote a healthy, positive, loving, fun family image and brand. And on top of that, show folks that if you stay true to yourself and committed to what you want to be, you never have to worry, right? You got to stand for something. And what we stand for is positivity, love, and excellence overall. And I got to say this isn't a knock on Carlos. I thank you, Carlos, for giving us an opportunity. We will not sit here and play victim to what has happened. What we will say is you gave us an opportunity. We feel like the opportunity was worth it at the time. As of right now, we're not in alignment. So
I think that's the best way to say you invited us in your house and we got here and we now see it ain't safe here for us. So thank you for the offering. It was cool when in the beginning we thought it'd be great. However, seeing what it is ain't what it is, And I even him saying like it ain't a knock. It's not a knock to Carlos, but it is because like it's his production. So it's some bullshit.
We have to leave and we have to stand on that, and we got to believe where we're going and what we're going to do. We got to give it to God, and we got to move forward, and we will. So for everybody that wants to check out the live, check out Carlos's live. Thank you, Carlos. I'm pretty sure he may feel some type of way, which is fine. But right now, Akeisha and I have to do what's best for our family. And I also think we also want to let people know you got to stand for what you believe in, even if it costs you fame, even if it costs you whatever you're seeking from vanity, right? You have to have some type of core values, and that show wasn't in line with our core values.
And that's that on it. Okay. Now, I felt like I'm surprised Willy and Akeisha, I was surprised JJ and SoGucci didn't quit at the same time. Because remember, 2 weeks before this, either 2 or 3 weeks before this, is when SoGucci was on Carlos King's live and told him how she didn't feel protected. And Carlos then took that live down, never put it back up. And I felt like from then, she probably either should quit or would quit. So today, on the social medias, child, SoGucci posted this on her thing. Watching the reunion episode was we've only seen part 1 of reunion, but she said watching the reunion episode was very hard to sit through, especially now knowing where my family currently stands. I was disappointed in my see I can read when I'm drunk or tipsy or fuzzy. I can read real good. I was disappointed in my actions because even though I had my reasons, it should have never been handled or addressed on this platform from the beginning. I take full accountability for allowing the entertainment of this show to ruin the integrity of my family. I have apologized publicly and privately to Selena, who is JJ's ex-wife and the mother of his 3 daughters. I have apologized publicly and privately to Selena for my part in this entire production. We are moving on and moving forward, putting our family first and focusing on our healing. All the S's. Sophia Shantirio. Who is that? Her daughter D? Why they call her D if her name was Shantirio? I don't know. Selena, Sunjai, Star, and Sky are solid. I don't know that in order. I do know that in order for my family to completely heal, someone will have to exit stay left, and I have decided that it will be me. I am pleased to say that I received my renewal for a letter for the new season, but the Williams will not be returning to Belle Collective. We are grateful for the opportunity and wish everyone the best. Okay, the best, the best. A part of me feel like Selena was coming back next season. A part of me feel like JJ still did not want Selena and JJ. Girl, JJ did not want Selena and Sophia on the same show. You know, I feel like they felt like we both can't be on this show. In order for us to fix shit, we both can't be on this show. I felt like JJ probably said, then we should leave. I don't think SoGucci wanted to leave. I do feel like JJ said, I don't want you filming with them. And so I think that's why one of us has to leave, either Selena or Sophia. Well, it'd be me because JJ probably don't want it around there. So to me, Carlos King is losing cast left and right and left, up and down. I feel like losing Aikisha and Willy, now losing SoGucci and JJ. I also feel like Willy and probably SoGucci too, probably heard what Aikisha and Willy said about how things have been edited on the show, what was left off the show. I think they also felt like, well, those are friends on the show. Why stay? Because at one point of the live that Willy and JJ did, Willy said, y'all gonna leave us around here? And Willy said, like, whatever y'all do, y'all good, and we always gonna be y'all people. And I think that helped them decide, hey, let's not stay on this show. If you and Selena want to get back cool, I don't want to see it on the show, wife. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like because the fans probably did like Selena a little bit more, the girls can film a little bit more, it might make sense for Selena to be, because, she's now engaged. They can probably shoot her wedding. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know with Leticia and Latrice. Wait, Leticia, Latrice, Marie, Tambra are the four left. Selena would not be on there. Child, to me, they're going to have to add more people. Because the show, Latrice, Leticia, Cliff, and Glenn is played out. It's played out. It ain't going to work. You know what I'm saying? The show was renewed based on the current Bells. And I do wonder, with two of the Bells leaving, will OWN still say, yeah, let's do a new season? Not saying that SoGucci and Aikisha made the show. I think the dynamic of all of them is what the show liked. It don't really work, in my opinion, with Leticia and Latrice. Marie don't give much, okay, except shootouts and baptisms. Okay, Tambra don't talk much at all. It just be big ass hair and bad makeup. Okay. Even I think Antoinette, they said Antoinette like moved down to Florida. Okay. What's gonna happen? It's only so many brunches that Letitia can have for us to see. Bitches brunch. It's biscuits and meat and some fruit and some celery. Okay. Latrice can only sell so many weaves. We seen Cliff cuss her ass out. What's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? There has to be something going on for the show to work. So to me, Carlos King losing 2 cast members after because again, he had also said before that Belle Collective was on the verge of getting canceled. You know, but this season did so well, it got picked up. But it got picked up based on all of the ladies. I feel like had they known beforehand that Gucci and Gucci and Akeisha was gonna quit, I do wonder would they have renewed it for a 6th season? You know, I'm sure they had other legit reasons to leave the show. I can guarantee one of those reasons is the fact Selena says she's the reason JJ and Sophia on the show. I had commented on that last week, and someone commented, but that ain't true because you know Carlos picked the show, and Letitia was the one who. Now I think people forget. SoGucci came on season 2, and while Letitia did pitch the show to Carlos, and while Carlos does do the hiring and firing, okay. Unless folks quit, they do ask Cass, hey, do you know anyone we can add on? And the cast can suggest people. I think Latrice probably said, hey, Selena, you want to come on? And I think she said, nah, I ain't ready. You know, and I think when she said maybe your baby daddy, JJ, because he has a wife, that also means her daughters can be on the show too, because that's their daddy. I do think she mentioned, suggested, or gave an okay. Hey, what about JJ and his wife? Have them around there, okay? Because I ain't ready. So I don't think the thing of I don't think her point was I got y'all on the show. I think her point was I helped tell someone I knew on the show, yeah, go talk to them. Because we already knew that Latrice and SoGucci wasn't really cool. Like that. Like they wasn't like friends. Like they knew of each other. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know why even SoGucci would act like that could be possible. Because every season, people suggest people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody suggests somebody. So, you know, that this makes sense to me. But we shall see. You know, this may be a learning lesson for Carlos. Carlos, stop being so messy. Stop making shit so bullshitty. You know, stop playing with the cast. Stop playing in the editing room. Stop playing with people who ain't playing with you. Because you played with Akeisha and them. You technically played with SoGucci and JJ too. And they said we can leave. And we're going to exit stage left. We're going to exit stage left. Okay. Now that also can be a way for SoGucci to say, I told y'all she needed to check. That's why she stayed and I didn't. I don't know. What I do know is she said, I'm going to leave to help fix my family. And I hope that's true. I hope that going forward, SoGucci, I hope JJ fixes his bond with his daughters. I hope SoGucci becomes a better mother, you know, because both of them kind of admitting, well, yeah, once we got together, we both kind of like forgot about our kids. You know what I'm saying? we both kind of focus on each other and not really building up a bond with the kids. And to me, that show how they are both flawed individuals. You know, but you know, child, we shall see. They back to the original cast as the dentist. At this point, she may come back. But I feel like even her coming back don't make no sense. If anyone who don't live there shouldn't come back. You know, I feel like you should have to at least live, if not you need to live in Mississippi. You know, and with Akeisha and Willie, I think they live like in I think it may be in Jersey and stuff or whatever. So like it can go either way. Okay, it can really go either way. Child, because I'm tired.